have loaded the data into the staging tables, right? Now we will load the
Yes.
data into dimensions in the fact tables. Okay, and if you have seen and like we had loaded yesterday the data into regions dimension and the countries dimension, right?
Yes.
Stage tables, not the final dimension, but the stage tables. So
Yes.
in the final dimension table, what I have done is I have combined both country and the region dimension into a single dimension called as
Okay.
WC countries underscore D.
Okay.
Okay, instead of having creating two different dimensions, okay, what I have done is I have created a single country, single dimension with combining both these two tables. And here you can see I
Okay.
have added two additional columns. I have added a row width column. Okay, I have added
Okay.
the insert date. Like no, this is the warehouse insert date on which date particular records got inserted, and this is warehouse update date on which particular date the
Okay.
records got updated to capture these things. Okay, we can
Okay.
add other audit columns as well, but for now we will add these columns. Okay,
Okay. Row weight you added only in this countries table. Remaining tables no need to
yeah,
add.
in the only in the countries table I have created this dimension. For these tables also we need to create the dimension tables. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll create and share it to you, Ranga. Okay, but
Okay.
for today's session, like no, maybe we'll start with this and we'll take one fact also. Okay, we'll create
Okay.
one fact and we'll create one dimension and load them. Okay,
Okay. Again, for this, we need to create one more schema in database or how?
yes, it's a good practice to create a another schema for this final warehouse. Okay, here you can see I have one for the source, one for the staging, and one for the warehouse.
Okay.
I've created separate schemas.
Okay.
Okay, so let's create this dimension table in the new schema. Now the country's dimension has been created. Okay, now I'll create a sequence to populate this row width column.
Okay. Row width is in the sense what values will be stored there.
It's a surrogate key. Here we'll be inserting the sequence values, like last time we have seen, right, during the DB sessions, 101, 102, 103, like that in sequence. So just
Okay.
a sequence number instead of using the country ID as the primary key. Okay, we
We're
will
using row width as
create
the okay.
primary key, which is nothing but a surrogate key.
Okay.
So even let's like no make this a primary key table.
Why you are dropping column again?
No, no, I gave the wrong syntax. So it said like no previously add and drop, create a new column. So I thought, okay, let me drop and recreate, but that was like no, actually the syntax was wrong. That's why it like no, gave that error to us. I think we need to give the space and no need of add constraint also. So I was giving column name first and then the primary key. So that's why it was throwing an error. Okay. Now the primary key is created. Now let's create one sequence as well. Okay, let's say start with 1000. Okay. So, so now we have created the table. We have created a dimension table and we have created a sequence as well. So now let's go to ODI and first create this new connection. So let me go here, check the user ID and password for this warehouse. Sales underscore billing. Okay. So we'll go to ODI, we'll go to topology, and we'll create a new data server, physical schema, and the logical schema. We'll go to Oracle. I'll create a new data server. I'll say data warehouse underscore sales underscore.
Hello.
This is it. Sorry, Rangan?
Hello, Mohammed. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Okay.
See, that sequence you can create for only column now. for particular column.
Yeah, only we have created for that particular column only.
You create a W under C countries dot D sequence started with will not
No,
define
no,
any
this is
column
just the
name, you know.
no, this is just the like no sequence name. Okay, we'll
Okay.
just create the sequence, and while loading the data, we'll use it for a particular column. Here, no need to
Okay. This
specify any column.
okay.
Here, we just creating a sequence. Okay, since
Okay.
we'll have n number of sequences, right, created in
The
our
sequence is
database in
not
real time.
the
Yeah,
sequence
go
is
ahead.
not related only for this table. We can use for other tables also, no? Whatever you created, WC understood that one.
See, we can
Or
use
only
it.
for
See, we can use it. There is no restriction that like no, we have to
okay.
use it only for countries only. But the problem is now you have used it in multiple tables. Okay.
Yes.
Now first you will load the countries table. So when you load the
Yes.
countries table, 10 records from 1000 till 1010, the sequence will get created in that. Now when you
Okay.
run the other dimension, say employees dimension, there it will start from 1011
Okay.
and load till say 1036. Now when you run the countries again, it will start from 1037. It will not start from 1011.
Okay.
So there will
No,
be a break,
just
right?
okay. 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 For
So
each
it's
table,
always
we need to create separate sequence.
separate sequence, right? You can use it. There is like no restriction, but you will see
Okay.
that like no gap in the sequence numbers.
Okay.
So that's the reason, as a standard practice, we create one sequence for one table. And that's why to identify this sequence is for which table, I've given the same table name.
Okay.
And at the end, I've just given underscore sequence. If you like, just create randomly sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, sequence 4, then sequence 1 refers to which table, we will not get to know. So that's the reason these naming conventions plays a vital role. Okay,
Okay.
you there, Ranga?
Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now your voice is audible. Yeah. So now let's create the connections. Okay. So I've given the data server name as DW sales underscore target because this is my like final warehouse target table. Right? So here I have given it as target table. My user ID is sales underscore DM and enter the password. I think we cannot close this one, right? I think we cannot close this, so let it go. Okay. Select the Oracle JDBC driver. Here I'll give the host name, which is nothing but localhost. Port is 1522. Service name is ORCL2 PD. Let me notice the connection. Do you want to save? Yes. Okay, so the connection is successful. Now, after creating the data server, we'll create the physical schema. Here I'll select the schema, sales underscore DM. I'll select the work schema also, sales underscore DM. I'll go to the context. I'll click on this plus button. I'll say development, and instead of creating the logical schema first and then selecting over here, we can even type the name also, logical schema name. Okay,
Okay.
so I will say warehouse underscore target. Okay, and I'll click on save button. So now if I go to the logical architecture under technologies Oracle, here you can see the warehouse underscore target has been created.
Yes.
Okay, so either we can come here, create it, and then map the logical and the physical schema, or during the physical schema creation itself, if we just type the name over here, this will get created. Okay,
Okay.
so now we have created the data server, physical schema, and the logical schema. The next step is to go and import the tables into the model workspace. So I'll go to the designer, I'll go to the models. Here I'll create a new folder. I'll say Oracle underscore target. Okay? And then I'll right click and say new model. Since this is our warehouse, I'll give the name as warehouse. I'll select the technology as Oracle. Logical schema is warehouse underscore target. I'll go to the reverse engineer tab. Okay, I just want to import the tables for now. Selective reverse engineering, and I just want to import the WC countries dimension table only. So I'll select this and click on reverse engineer. In order to reverse engineer, your data will be saved. Yes, I want to save it. So now the WC countries dimension table has been created. Okay, and even it has imported the primary key. Drove it as a primary key. Okay, now we will go and create a mapping to load the data. So here we had created folders for SDE, right? So now we'll create a folder for silos as well. I'll right click and say new folder. Okay. Now we'll create the mapping. I'll create a mapping. say underscore WC underscore countries bill. Okay. Now we'll drag and drop the source in the target tables. Our source over here is the staging tables, right?
Yes.
The country's dimension and the region dimension. Okay. So here you can see a join has been created between these two tables. One second, okay. Yes, Ranga. So before that, let me just see in SDE, do I have both the mappings created or not? Have
Okay.
we loaded? No. We just loaded the data into the country's dimension table, but we haven't created for the region dimension. So let me
Yes.
hello.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, you are there, right? Okay. So let me create the mapping first for the region dimension and load the data. Otherwise, like you know, if the region dimension is empty, none of the records will get loaded into the target, because here we are having a join condition, right? If I go to the condition, you can see the condition is based on the region ID equal to region ID. Okay, you can see countries dot region ID equal to regions dot region ID. So here we can create four types of joins. Either the inner join, okay, by default every time it will be an inner join, but if you want to create a left outer join, click on this checkbox. Okay, so now this will act as a left outer join. All rows of region dimension, including the rows unpaired with country dimension. So you will get all the records from region table, irrespective whether they match with the country's dimension table or not.
Okay. See,
Okay.
if you join left out join in that sense, all columns will be added into countries table.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you can you explain that once more how it will join?
Okay. See, okay. So for that example, let's do one thing. Okay, we'll load this data into the target table. Okay,
Okay.
the region dimension is empty for now, right? So
Okay. Yes.
let's load the data, then you can understand in a better way. Okay, I'll drag and drop this country's dimension over here. Okay, and I will join this table from here to here. Okay, now the country ID is mapped to WC country's dimension table, country name also, region ID is also coming from there, and the region name is coming from this region dimension. So
Yes.
even this region ID, I'll pull it from this region ID table only, from the region dimension stage. Now it
Okay.
is coming from country dimension stage table, right?
Yes.
So click on this expression editor. Okay, so I don't want to pull from the country's dimension stage table, but rather from the region dimension. So I'll delete this, I'll expand, and I'll say this one. Okay, so now
Okay.
it will pull from the region dimension.
Okay.
Now if I see, okay, it default showing highlighting both, because earlier we put it from there, right? but now we have
Yes.
removed it and we have pointed to the region dimension. Okay.
Okay.
Now WS insert date. This will insert today's date. Like now when we are inserting the date, right? So I'll write my
Okay.
expression over here. Sys. Okay. And
Update it.
update date also will give. But here before that, if you just scroll down, you can see few of the checkboxes, right?
Yes.
So here insert is selected, update is also selected. So I will just uncheck this update option
Okay.
so that the insert date timestamp will get updated only a record is inserted.
Okay. So
Right?
inserted date in the sense today's date.
Right. We are
Update in the
given
sense
some
how
date,
it will
right?
work. Yes.
Like no, next time if I'm running the same table, if I'm running it for
Mapping.
the second time, and the same record is
Okay.
getting processed once again,
Okay.
then it will what it will do is it will update.
Okay. Tomorrow we can try that update date. We will
Yeah.
identify that changes.
I'll give sys date, and here I'll remove this insert and I'll just keep the update. Okay, so only
Okay.
when the record is updated, we want this to be updated.
Okay.
Okay, I'll save this. Okay, and now we'll create one sequence to populate this row width column.
Okay.
Okay, so now we'll go to the sequence and we'll
I
create
think we
one new
already created sequence now in database.
with that we created in the database, right? Even in the
That
ODI
we can
level, we can create.
that we cannot use here. It's not possible.
We can use here that I'll show it to you. We'll say
Okay.
new sequence. Here we'll give a sequence name. Here either we can use the like no standard sequence, okay, which is nothing but if you don't have if you have not created any sequence in the DB, then we can use this standard sequence, which is nothing but
Okay.
this will be maintained in the ODI level.
Okay.
We can like create a specific sequence which is nothing but using the these things, okay, using the warehouse target, the table name, the column name, etc. We can create, or we can create a native sequence in the nothing but which is available in the DB.
Okay.
So here you can see we are able to see
Okay.
the sequence which we created in the DB, right?
Yes.
So I'll select that particular thing and I'll click on save button. Okay, and here just will make that one small change to this and remove this row width, and I'll add country ID and region ID as the primary keys, because based on this we want to update the data, right? So go here, Just 1 second, Ranga. Yeah? So, like I created the primary key wrongly. So let me delete this and re-import once again. Oh, we cannot delete it as it is already being used in this particular table. Okay. So now we removed it and let's re-import the table once again. Oh no, it imported everything. Okay, fine. Okay, let me remove this and add this dimension table once again. Okay, so before adding, let's create the primary key here.
See, region ID is present in countries and the regions table, but data is same in both tables now. Region ID for region ID.
Yeah, region ID will be same. Then only the join will work, right? If the
Yes,
region ID is different,
we can
we can
take
pull
region
from
ID
any
from
table.
any.
Any
Okay,
table we can take it. It doesn't matter. Okay. Insert date, I'll say this date, and I'll say insert the system date only when we are inserting the data, not when we are updating. And for the update date, I'll give the same sys date, which is nothing but the system time. So now if I run this like you can see today's date. Okay,
okay,
fine. For the row width, we'll use the sequence which we created. Okay, so I'll launch this expression editor. Here I'll go to the project sequence and I'll use this project sequence what we have created. Okay, I'll say apply and okay. Now let's go and select the null. Oh, before selecting that, we have this particular join condition, right?
yes,
So you can see the join is between countries dimension stage region ID equal to region dimension stage dot region ID table. So here
yes,
we have multiple options. If you don't select anything, it will be inner join. It will try to match region ID between both the columns. If matches, then only it will load the data to the target table.
yes.
Okay. So now let's go to the physical tab. Do you want to put a lock? I'll say yes. Okay. Here we'll select the knowledge module. Here I'll say LKM SQL to SQL. Okay. Under the below options, okay, delete temporary objects. Okay, I'll say true, delete it. I'll go to the countries dimension. Here I'll say okay, IKM Oracle insert cell insert is okay. Or if you want, we can use other options as well. Okay. I think we haven't imported the incremental update. So let me do that. CKM, okay, CKM Oracle is there. So let me save this mapping, close it, quickly unlock. Yes, I want to unlock. Let me import the other knowledge modules as well. Okay, IKM knowledge modules. So let me import them. Okay, so here we have few options. So I'll select incremental update because we want to insert an update, right? Because in
Yes.
the dimension stage, in the staging area, what we did, we truncated and loaded the tables. But here, we
Yes.
don't want to truncate the data, right? We want to do a load the data in incremental way. If the record is existing, just update it. If the record is new, insert it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll use these two knowledge modules for now. So there are no issues. So successful. So you can see both the knowledge modules have been imported. So now let's go and select the IKM. Okay. So the LKM is okay. I'll go to IKM. Instead of just inserting, we want to use incremental update.
Okay. After selecting incremental update, again we need to do any changes down that option system.
Yeah, but like the knowledge module which we imported is not showing. Okay. So let me disconnect and reconnect once again. Okay. Let me close this as well. Okay, open once again. Yeah, the items have been successfully imported. Now let's create a mapping. Okay, let's go to the physical model. I'm not sure whether it's an issue with my ODI or what, because generally, like when we import it, it should get reflected. Okay, but here it is not reflecting. So let me create a new mapping. Okay, so I'll drop the delete this mapping and recreate it. Okay, let me create a new mapping quickly. This is strange, Ranga. Not sure. Hello.
Yes, yes, Mohan.
Yeah, like after importing, it should reflect over here, but I'm not sure what is the issue. Like it is not reflecting over here. So let's go with this Oracle insert for now. Okay,
Let's check
and
that
here I
tomorrow we
insert
can see
truncate.
that incremental and update is important.
Yeah. Okay, we'll set truncate as fall and CKM as CKM Oracle. Now, if I run this
See
mapping,
now we are not giving here anything like we are not giving trunket as false. We are not doing any incremental or update. Data how it will be loaded here. The data which is present in staging, same data will be loaded here.
right? But here we have put the join condition, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted
See
to
if
show
you
you the
give
differences between different join types.
okay.
You're having doubt, right? What will happen if I use left outer join, etc. So just to
Okay.
give you an example, I'm just loading the data. Okay. For now, we are having an inner join.
Okay.
Okay. So now
Not
let
join in the
me execute the
sense.
data.
Okay.
It will check between two tables. If the
Format
records
before.
match, then only it will load the data.
Okay.
It will load only the matching records.
Okay.
Here we have the region ID, right? So we have region ID as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And if I go to the region DS, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Okay.
So here the region ID and the countries DS both are having the same region ID, right? So it should
Yes.
load all the data.
Okay.
Okay. Because all the records are joining. Or we'll do one thing. From this region
I think
dimension,
that
we'll remove this.
you created
Yeah,
one
tell me.
one table, another target table. We can see the board data in one single table now. Whatever the
Yeah,
target
no,
table
we are
you map,
loading the
we can
data
see.
into a single table.
Yes, we can see the now of differences.
Yeah, but before that, I'll remove this fourth record, region ID 4.
Okay.
So here in the region dimension, we have 1, 2, 3 only. Three regions
Yes.
are there. Whereas in the countries dimension, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now when we are doing an inner join, these records should not get loaded into my target table, into my dimension table.
That fourth record
Okay.
still not okay, right?
Yeah. Wherever the region ID is 4, these records shouldn't get processed when I'm using inner join.
Okay.
Because when we do inner join, it will check region ID between both the tables should match. Then only it will process.
Okay.
Okay. Since in the region dimension we don't have region ID 4, these records should not get loaded. So let's execute the mapping. Now you can see the data has been inserted. So here you can see 18 records got loaded.
Where I'm not able to see your screen. Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, I can see.
Now you can see we have loaded the data from countries dimension. This information is coming from the country dimension stage table, and this information is coming from region dimension stage table.
Okay, yes.
But if you see here, the region ID 4 information did not came, even though in the countries dimension we have these additional records, but those did not get processed,
Yes.
right? Because we have an inner join. So if the region IDs match, then only it will load. Now, even though
O-
if the region IDs match or not, I want to load that data. Okay.
Okay.
Then in that case, what we'll have to do is we need to check this box, which will make this join as left outer join. So now if you are
Okay.
able to read this, all rows of country dimension stage, including the rows unpaired with region dimension.
Okay.
So it will process all the country records, even though if they match or not. It will pull all the country table information, but from the region dimension, it will pull only the information which is matching.
Okay.
So let's see that now. Okay, I'll
Okay.
save this mapping, and here I'll go and since we are not doing an incremental update, here I'll truncate the target table. Otherwise,
Okay.
it will again insert the, along with the existing records, it will insert the new records as well. Okay, now I'll execute it. Okay, now if I go and run this command once again, now are you able to understand the difference now?
Yes.
So from country, all the 24 records got inserted, and since in the region table there is no match, it has populated null.
Yes.
Now I want to bring all the data that is available in region table, whether it matches or not with the country table. Okay. In that
Okay.
scenario, what we'll have to do is we'll have to put a right outer join. I'll remove this left outer and I'll put a right outer join. So now all the rows of region dimension stage, including the rows unpaired with countries dimension stage table. So now it will pull all the records from the region dimension stage table, whether it matches or not with the region table. Sorry, countries table.
o- Okay.
I'll run this. Okay. Okay, sorry. So now in this case, like what we'll have to do is we'll add one new region over here. Okay, 5. We have Europe, America, Asia. So missing is region Africa. Is Africa region is missing. Select Africa. Okay. Now in the countries we don't have the region ID 5, whereas in the region we have a fifth region ID. So now when I execute the interface once again, now if I go and execute it, now you can see here one new record has been inserted for region ID 5, region name Africa, but you can see country ID and country name are blank because for the region ID there is no country name available in the country dimension stage table.
Okay.
Okay, so are you getting the difference now between left outer, right outer, and inner join?
Yes, got it.
Now what I'll do is I want records from both the tables. Whether they match or not, I want the complete data.
Okay.
So what we'll have to do is I'll tick both these options. So what it
Wait,
will do is it will do a full
my
outer
screen
join.
is stuck. I'm not able to see that joints.
Is it visible now?
Yes. Which we need to skip. Okay, full outer, then we need to join. Roles.
So we need to select both the tables. So
Okay.
earlier it was inner, then we made left, we made right. Now we are making it a full outer join.
Okay. Then you will get data from both
Data from
tables.
both the tables, whether they match or
O-
not.
Okay.
If you see for the region ID 5, the country names are blank because there is no relevant data. And for these countries, you can see we have the country information, but region information is null. So it is a combination of both left outer and right outer join.
Okay.
Now we have pulled data
Common
from all the
mostly
both the tables.
in real time project, which join we will use
Hmm.
mostly?
Generally, we go with like inner join, left outer, or the right outer. Okay, depending upon
Most of the
where our
times we
table
will
is.
use only. Okay.
But in some cases, we might go with full outer also. But it's very rare.
Okay.
Okay, and there is one more final join, which is nothing but the cross join. Okay, what in the cross join, what it will do is it will do a Cartesian product.
Means
Like with one, it will see how many records are. So with everything, it will do a Cartesian product. With one record
okay.
in source, it will match all the records with the target with the second column. So if we use this cross join, okay, Can execute it. So now it has done a Cartesian product. Are you able to see?
Yes.
It has created 96 records. Basically, like for one ID, region ID, okay, it has matched with all the 24 records. For region ID 2, again it has created all these 24 records. For region ID 3, it has matched with all the.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, yes, Ranga, is my voice audible?
No, it's audible.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So for region ID 1, it matched with all these 24 records. For region
Okay.
ID 2, again it created to matched with all these 24 records. For region ID 3, again all the 24 records. So 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24. It has created 96 records.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can see by country
Okay.
name. If you order by country name, you can see for Argentina, it is saying the region is Europe. It is saying region is America, region is Asia, Africa, which is wrong. That's why we never go with full outer join. Sorry, product join or the Cartesian join. But in some scenarios, if there is no join, then we can go with one product join.
Okay.
Okay. So this is nothing but the joins. Any doubts, Ranga, about these joins? Because this is very
Okay.
important. Because
Let's have a
in
practice
majority
one
of
more
the
time if I can.
mappings, we'll be using this join.
Okay. And that
And
knowledge
this
models on
join
which
got
folder we can.
knowledge model.
Hello? See, when I'm importing
Yeah,
knowledge
Mr.
model, it's asking on which folder we can see that knowledge model site. I'm not able to get that. Can you show me from my
Okay, okay.
hand?
Okay, so that one, we'll have to go and check where we have installed ODI. Okay, so here I had installed in C drive under Oracle folder under middleware. Okay, under middleware we'll have once again Oracle home and then ODI will be there. Okay, under ODI go to SDK. Under SDK we'll have it under XML reference. See, IKM. These are all IKMs. Then we have LKM. Even the JKM went above. Yeah, you can see this JKM, LKM, etc. If you want, we can even create our own knowledge models. You
Okay.
can see the CKM. Okay. So from this directory, we can import it. Okay. And this join got created because we had created this join in the DB level, right?
Yes.
If you don't, if the join was not available in the DB, then this join will not get created automatically.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, what we'll have to do is we'll have to use this join component which is available under this components palette.
Oh, yes,
So before the target, we'll have to create this join transformation. And here we'll have to give the join condition. If you want to give any name. So here it is asking for the input and the output, right? Sorry. And here you will select the condition. Okay. And here it is the same thing. What kind of join you want? Inner join, outer join, left outer, or the right outer,
okay.
or the full outer. Okay. So we'll just go with the inner join, and then you can join this to the target. Okay. We select pattern. Then condition is correct. Then details are correct. Okay. Input is correct. Hello. Hello.
Ah, yes, Mohammed. I lost
Yeah.
network. I joined in phone.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So this is how you can create the and load the dimension table. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see why. Let's try to create one more mapping and see whether the knowledge modules are getting reflected over here or not. Okay.
Okay.
Just a minute. Now it is coming. Can you see, right? Oracle control append.
Yes. Wait, it's not came previously.
Is it not coming in this project? Yeah, I'll check this. Taranga, why it is not coming, and I'll update it to you. Okay.
Okay, okay. Tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's like no see the other transformations what we have. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Mohammed.
Okay, okay. No, actually, like, no, it gave me a notification that no, you left. So then I pinged you, like, no, are you there or not? Okay, fine. So, like, no, let's now we have this data, right? So, what I'll do is now you can see, like, I've created some duplicate data in this particular table.
Okay.
Okay, so now uh, in, like, no, real time scenario, or even during the interviews also, they will ask you, like, no, to load unique records into one target table and duplicate values into another table. Okay,
Okay.
so if you see here, the country names, few of the countries are duplicate, right? Like Australia is duplicate, Egypt is duplicate, France is duplicated, Israel is duplicated, Italy is duplicated, etc., right? So in interviews, or even in the, like, no, real time scenarios, you might have a requirement to load unique records into one table and duplicate records into another table. Okay, so for that particular reason, what we'll do is we'll create two target tables first.
For that, we need to create target tables in database, or we need to create in ODI level.
Either way we can do, but like, no, at the end we'll have to store the data in the DB only, right? Whether you
Okay.
create the table on the fly in ODI or not, it will create it in the backend, right? So it's better we create it first. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll create this first. So I'll like, no, create two tables in this warehouse schema. Okay, create table. So unique.
Just we loaded data into one table now, dimension table. With same table name only, you are creating two different tables, right? Like
Right,
unique and okay.
unique and duplicate.
Duplicate. Okay.
So that in one table we'll load only the unique records, and in the second table we'll load records which are duplicate.
Okay. But when we come into real time, we will not get this, what we can say, duplicate values. Now we can do this all in staging level like that only. Now I think
No,
when we come into
in
dimension, we
few
will not get duplicate none.
no in a few scenarios we will have duplicate data also. Basically,
Okay,
like no, we'll get duplicates more in the file. In the normal database, we'll not have duplicates because we'll be
okay,
creating primary keys and other keys, right? Unique
yes,
index, etc. So in the database level, the chances are very less. But in the files, generally, in the files, we'll get more duplicate records.
okay.
Okay. So like to identify the duplicate records. Okay. There is a analytical function. Okay, in Oracle, which we are going to use.
Okay. What we are doing here? What we are writing?
Mm, so
Hi, Mohammed.
basically, yes, Ranga.
The duplicate and unique values we can load into separate tables in ODI level, na? Not in database level, na?
No, no.
Just we
Basically,
will,
like
will
in the yeah. Basically, in the database, in the Oracle, we have an analytical function called as row number.
okay.
Okay. So I'm just giving that syntax over here to just show it to you. Okay. Row
Okay.
number over.
Question is recording. Okay.
This session is recording only, right?
Okay. Okay. Again, if I will not record, I will miss anything.
Okay. Okay, we'll have to do it in the brackets order by. Country ID, order by country name. Now, basically, it will give me the count. How many duplicates are there?
Okay.
Now you can see that, like, Argentina, we have only one. But whereas for Australia, you can see the row number is 1 and 2.
I'm not able to see your screen. I'm able to see that Google data which you search.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen now?
No,
Yes, sir, the database. I think there is some internet issue. Not sure whether it's at your end or my end. That, like, the screen is not refreshing quickly. Like, are you facing any internet issue, Ranga?
yes, I think for my end only. Okay,
Yeah,
from here
because,
we
like,
can find out then methods.
okay.
So,
Hello.
hello.
Yes, Ranga.
For this we can wind up. I'm not able to see. It's too blank.
Okay. Fine. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
do this in the next session. Okay.